This is the landscape that I look out on every day. It's a quiet view, but to me it offers peace, solace, engagement, a slow-burning delight. It's quintessentially West Dorset, with the horizon set by the ramparts of Egerton, the great Celtic hill fort. Time is stitched into this landscape, any landscape, but time is measured by many different kinds of clock. Geologists measure it in millions of years, historians in thousands, tracking the interventions between man and land, the making of the lynchards to provide more favourable growing ground, the planting and the laying of hedges. The farmer's clock is set by the seasons, the role of solstice and equinox that marks spring and summer, autumn and winter. Michaelmas is a kind of fulcrum in the farming year when there's a brief pause before fields are ploughed and sown for the following season. In the early morning, mists fill the hollows in diaphanous layers. Because the view is due south, the sun moves across it from left to right, and the shadows swing round with it. By the time of the winter solstice, the trees stand bare, finer, more interesting in this skeletal state than they are fluffed about with leaves. Even by 8 in the morning, the sun has scarcely pulled itself up over Egerton's plateau to bring light into the view over the gate. Paradoxically, the view over the gate is at its finest in winter. In winter, the land is reduced to its bones, and these are fine, ancient bones. Low winter light shows up features you don't see in summer. Old tracks, hollows where stone has been dug out for building, the ridges made by sheep as they move across the slope, tumuli, burial mounds, disc barrows of the long dead. The land here holds the shapes of its past because it's poor stuff, incapable of much improvement. There are few ploughs to smooth out traces of what has happened on it. Occasionally there's snow, which intensifies the monochrome nature of the view, disturbed only by the flashing, clattering flights of pheasant, taking unwillingly to the wing. Gradually the greens intensify. At midday, in the middle of April, the sycamore standing alone on the slope casts a neat shadow of itself on the ground, a perfect circle of branch and twig, each detail transfigured into 2 dimensions. As the sun swings round in the sky, the tree's shadow slithers round with it, lengthens, distorts, stretches down the slope until it is subsumed in the general shade of evening. Early on a May morning, you can catch a sense of a world that has nothing to do with us. Badgers, foxes, owls, bats, deer, ghosts move freely about in this landscape when we've got out of the way. The greatest variable in this, or indeed in any landscape, is the light, but it is the most difficult thing to describe. The whole point of it is its fleetingness. The poet R.S. Thomas got it. I have seen the sun break through to illuminate a small field for a while, and gone my way and forgotten it. But that was the pearl of great price, the one field that had treasure in it. I try not to romanticize this landscape I look at almost every day. In the great agricultural depression that hit Britain at the end of the 19th century, wheat that had been worth 70 shillings a quarter was fetching just 24 shillings. Adversity leaves its marks, but over time the land repairs them. The sheep that disappeared from these pastures in such vast numbers during the Depression return again, wander again into the shade of the big sycamore. By the end of summer, they've worn the ground round its trunk into an island of completely bare earth. Like a sheep, I'm hefted now to the hills of West Dorset, a landscape encapsulated in this unassuming view over the gate. Views like this are all around us. All we have to do is look.